Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, welcome to the No Comfort Zone. It's Dan, and I'm back at it once again. Somehow, some way, I'm going to try to tie in a hostage situation, a Vitamix blender, and what's going on in my life all at the same time. So, I live in Rockford, Illinois, and yesterday, when I was transporting, I was actually getting involved. I had to go from Crystal Lake all the way to Rockford to pick up 4 cars that we had purchased from another dealership. In case you didn't know, my name's Dan, and I'm the creator of the No Comfort Zone podcast. The reason I created the No Comfort Zone was a few years ago. I had got myself into a really bad situation of being the best average person I could be with all the potential in my life and with all the intention. I still wound up being just below average, actually, because my health was in jeopardy. I wasn't very happy. Although I had great things around me, I didn't appreciate them, wasn't very grateful, and I got scared, so I decided to put myself through a challenge where I got uncomfortable pretty much every minute and every moment for 60 days. But wait, there's more. About 15 years prior to that, similar situation, a lot of adversity happening in my life, didn't know how to cope, from all the pharmaceutical drugs, from all the street drugs, from all the alcohol, from all the pressures of job and family and all of that, losing all at once. That adversity was happening, so I didn't like it very much. So I somehow, some way, intentionally found myself in a coma. Didn't really want to be in a coma, wanted to take myself all the way, but wound up in a coma, thank God, because that's what turned my life around back then. But somehow, going through like 13 years or so, I still wound up being just below average, and I got sick and tired of it. So I created the No Comfort Zone. That's me. Go to the NoComfortZone.com. Check it out. It's a blueprint. It's kind of what I use to get myself out of adversity into a better life. And for the past 3 years, going on 2.5 years now, 3 years now, my life has been magnificent, living with passion, living with purpose, and completely out of my mind and loving every minute of it. So what I wanted to tell you about a Vitamix and a hostage situation in Rockford, Illinois yesterday, driving these guys to go pick up these cars, we had to divert. We had to kind of change things, because we saw a helicopter when we were coming into town. It's never good. I was in Los Angeles for a while, and when I was in the parking lot, you see a few helicopters, the news helicopters hit, you just kind of know something bad's happened, whether it's a traffic accident or something else. So anytime you see helicopters hovering over an area, I just don't think it's ever good. So I'm checking it out, and as we're watching the helicopters, and then another helicopter comes, and as we're driving around to divert the situation, one of the guys got on Facebook Live and realized that there was a hostage situation going on at one of the banks. What was interesting to me, was all of the hate that was coming on, a lot of prayers, a lot of people on social media, when they're watching the live stream, giving prayers and thoughts for the person who's doing it. Hopefully it doesn't hurt anybody, and also for the victim that was there. Now, I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but this was a really bad situation. Guy walks into a bank at 2:30. 6 hours later, everyone's on the edge of their seat. The town of Rockford, city of Rockford, is good and bad as it is. Everyone's, saying good and bad things. A lot of good people live in Rockford. There's a lot of good people, and it depends on where you look. There's a lot of people who say Rockford is the armpit of the United States, and that's a terrible saying. I've also had people who moved from other areas come into Rockford and say that Rockford is the best kept secret in the Midwest, and it's one of the best gems. Cost of living is very low comparatively. It's a lot of good values, but there is also a high element of crime, and there's a lot of rumors about organized crime, from a long time ago that have elements still in the city of Rockford. The public schools aren't the best, but there's some good teachers out there. And any city, a lot of people, a lot of problems, right? But this didn't really help yesterday. I mean, come on, a hostage situation at a bank. Thank God seriously, thank God it ended okay. Woman's really shooken up. There was only one hostage. The woman actually they walked out of the building together. The guy surrendered. Cops took him down in a good way. They didn't, beat the crap out of him as they put him to the ground. They just took care of him. They secured him and they brought him in. I think it was a job well done by the Rockford Police Department and also by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So hats off to them. I was at Quantico for a while and saw those guys doing a lot of training. I was there for 2 years at the Marine base where I was stationed and saw those guys doing a lot of training while we were out playing volleyball and doing those things. And if you're an FBI agent listening to this, hats off to you. Thank you very much for your service. We were the ones playing volleyball, watching you do your land navigation course and getting lost. And we were told we couldn't talk to you or help you point you in the right direction. But if you're listening to this and you're an FBI agent, it means you made it. Also, sniper schools over there at Quantico, it used to be. That's the crossroads of the Marine Corps. A lot of training goes on there, high-level training. But I digress. So we're back to the hostage situation. Everyone gets out of the situation. Well, I hope the woman's okay. I know she's got to be shaken up for 6 hours in dealing with her, with the person that took her as the hostage. I think about that and how we had to divert our plan and get where we needed to go because at the end, I couldn't let that situation stop me from getting where we needed to go. Not a big deal. I had to get these cars moved back. I had a job to do. And the guys that did it, very well. Seeing that feed on social media was a little disturbing because there's a lot of haters out there who hate Illinois and they hate, they just hate a lot of negativity. Why put it out there, right? Why put it out there? So that's going to take me to the Vitamix blender, which I was using this morning. Now, the Vitamix blender is a gift I bought for myself every year on my sober birthday. And I think I've had 13. This is going to be the 14th one coming up, I think. But what it is I buy myself something nice. Something that at the time when I was going through all these issues, something that I couldn't afford or a luxury that I just didn't have. So I treat myself to say I appreciate where I've been in my life, but also I appreciate where I'm going. Few things. I bought the Vitamix. 1 year I bought a really nice vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I'm that guy. It's a luxury. I could have bought a Dirt Devil or whatever. Those are nice. But I bought a really nice vacuum cleaner. I love vacuuming. That's my thing. It also helps too because I got massive asthma issues. So with that being said, I'm all over the place. But some other things I bought myself a nice pen, bought myself a watch, bought myself, there's a lot of things, 13 different things I got. First year, I bought myself a set of coffee cups, believe it or not, because I couldn't afford them. So when I was sober, I said, I like coffee. I'm going to buy myself some nice coffee cups. To this day, I bought 10. I got 2 of them left. Pretty happy about that. So, but moving forward to the Vitamix. Sorry to get off subject. How does Vitamix and the hostage situation tie hand in hand? I have no idea, but I'm going to do my best to tie them in. Vitamix, it's a blender. You can put your car in there and drink it, as I heard my mentor say on one of his podcasts. I thought it was hilarious. You could put a tree in there and drink it. The thing is amazing. It's the best appliance I bought myself. It's the only thing that I allow on my countertop next to my little coffee pot. As I am doing my spinach, half a cup of spinach, half a cup of grapes, half a banana, half a cup of ice. So I got grapes, pineapple, banana, and 2 cups of spinach. There we go. So I mix all that up, I do that, and I drink it. But what normally happens is, as I'm getting prepared to leave and I drink that, sometimes I'll put protein in it when I do a big workout, but this morning I didn't. And here's what I realized. I actually decided to follow the instructions exactly this time. And why I followed them exactly is just this. What you put in, I did it, I tied it together. What you do is when you put whatever you put into whatever you're doing, I put the right ingredients there, and therefore it served the right amount. Shocking, right? You're probably listening to this in podcast land from wherever you're at, and you're thinking to yourself, really, man, this is, you follow the ingredients and you're going to get what it says? No kidding. But I don't work that way, and a lot of people that I know don't work that way either. You throw a handful into this and a handful of that. Looks okay. You know what? I'll add a couple more grapes. I'll add a few more pineapple. I add a little bit more spinach because it's all good for you. Problem is, when I'm all said and done, I've got 1 container to put it in. And now I've got 3 times the amount that I actually needed, and I didn't follow the instructions. Well, that's good and bad. Now, it's good if I plan on drinking, 3 times the amount that I should in excess, but it's bad if I've got only 1 cup to put it in and I got to get going, right? So my point is, all those people that are on social media that were feeding in last night, saying how Rockford sucks, typical Rockford, and not really thinking about the people, the guy that's going through whatever, that whether you're going into adversity, you're in adversity, or you're coming out of adversity. This guy's still in the middle of adversity. He could be a complete POS. All right? He could be that guy. He could be a terrible human being. my heart goes out to him. Whatever made him do that, to take a gun, bring it into a bank, take a hostage, and try to rip the bank off and stay there for 6 hours. Guy's going through some bad times in his life. It probably didn't need to get there, is all I'm saying. Guy probably had some issues going on, whatever they might be. But in the end, a little few coping skills early on might have helped the guy. That's what the no comfort zone is. I let things get on way too long. I've been doing this Vitamix for about a year. So for about a year, I've been using too much of the ingredients and I've been drinking too much of it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But in the end, like today, I had to get it in one container and I had to leave. I was in a hurry. So I can do this podcast, so I can get to work on time, all these things. So when you put a bunch of garbage out there, you know, when you put a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there, you know, you don't think it's that much. But at the end of the day, when you're trying to fill your cup and you know you got 3 times as much, basically get rid of the crap. Follow the instructions. Be good to other people. Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it so you can get what you're supposed to get, kind of a thing. You know, if you want to throw more compliments out there and stuff, that's great. If you want to be a little bit more assertive, that's great. But balance your time. See, if you have great intentions and you want to be the best employee on the planet and you're going to do that for 14, 15, 16 hours a day, that's awesome. Good for you. Best employee on the planet. Good for you. That's what you're going for. But you have kids that are suffering because they miss their dad or their mom. You know what I'm saying? You have to balance it out. Or the other way, you know, you want to be a great dad, but you got to employee responsibilities and you got to generate an income. Well, do the right thing. Balance it out. Structure good time with your kids. I get distracted all the time. I mean, I'm preaching to my own choir to myself. I got to put my phone down. I get to hang out with my son. He's with me. Yesterday said the best part of being with me for the last 2 weeks is just hanging out with me. So tying a bad hostage situation into the going into adversity, got adversity, or coming out of adversity. This guy's not out of adversity for a long time. And that poor woman, she's going to be dealing with adversity for a very long time, although she's out of it. Very traumatic. And wish her the best. I hope that she gets through this and she's going to be okay and be a strength for other people because she hit an adversity level. And what happens is you become a better person when you learn from adversity. Hopefully she can be a stronger, more capable woman, communicating to other people to be strong in adversity and send the message out to help the next person, because that's what I see the most out of this situation. So whether you have a Vitamix or not, whether you've been in a hostage situation or not, do me a favor. Spread more goodness out in the world. Follow the instructions of life. Go for the good stuff. And do me a favor. Please just take care of each other. Say a kind word every now and again and wish somebody some goodness along the way. Because in the end, we're all good human beings. Some of us are screwed up more than others. And if you're at a point in your life right now where you're just wanting more and you're hoping for more, do me a favor. Go to the No Comfort Zone. Let's get connected. Go to Team No Comfort Zone on Facebook, at No Comfort Zone 1 on Twitter and Insta. Let's connect. Dan at thenocomfortzone.com. Connect with me. See what happens, man. Let's have some fun pursuing your goals. I'll be the guy that will help you get there. So it is time for you to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at No Comfort Zone 1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.